We are currently facing a global epidemic. Year after year, depression and anxiety rates are climbing across the Western world. More and more of us are finding it difficult to simply get through the day. For decades, we have been told a specific story to explain this. You have a chemical imbalance in your brain, and you need a pill to fix it. While medication can certainly provide relief for some, this perspective is dangerously oversimplified. It treats human suffering as a broken machine that needs to be repaired, ignoring the complex realities of how we actually live. Science suggests there are 9 proven causes of depression and anxiety. While there are legitimate biological factors, such as genetics and brain chemistry, the vast majority of these causes are not biological, they are environmental. They are rooted in the way we live. If we stop treating depression purely as a malfunction, we can begin to see it for what it truly is, a signal. It is a sign that our deep underlying human needs are not being met. Just as you have basic physical needs, food, water, shelter, and clean air, you also have natural psychological needs. You need to feel that you belong, that your life has meaning and purpose, and that you have a future that makes sense. When these needs are neglected, distress is a natural response. Consider the perspective of doctors in Cambodia who were first introduced to chemical antidepressants years ago. When told these drugs were for depression, they were confused. They already had their own antidepressants. They shared the story of a farmer who lost his leg to a landmine. After receiving an artificial limb, he returned to work, but the trauma and physical pain led him into a deep depression. The doctors didn't just offer medication. They listened to his pain, realized it had perfectly understandable causes, and helped him find a new path by buying him a cow so he could become a dairy farmer rather than working in the dangerous rice fields. Within weeks, his depression vanished. The cow was, in effect, his antidepressant. This highlights that for many, depression is a logical reaction to overwhelming life circumstances. If you are in a situation that is destroying your spirit, you don't necessarily need a drug to fix your brain. You need a change in your circumstances. Another major driver of this crisis is loneliness. We are arguably the loneliest society in human history. Humans are tribal creatures. We evolved to survive by cooperating in groups, much like bees live in a hive. We are the first humans to ever essentially disband our tribes, and it is making us feel miserable. Research into social prescribing offers a solution to this. Instead of only relying on individualistic therapies, people are being encouraged to join groups, to garden, to make music, or to work on community projects together. When we move from being isolated individuals to being part of a we, our mental health improves significantly. The solution is not to double down on your own resources, but to reconnect with something bigger than yourself. Finally, we must address what can be called junk values. Just as junk food has taken over our diets and made us physically ill, a set of junk values has taken over our minds, making us mentally ill. For a long time, we have been conditioned to believe that life is about money, status, and external validation. This is a culture designed to make us neglect what is truly important. Research has consistently shown that the more you believe you can buy your way into a good life, the more likely you are to become depressed and anxious. These values do not meet our psychological needs. They actively pull us away from them. We live in a system that is constantly training us to seek happiness in all the wrong places. However, we can disrupt this machine. By consciously choosing to focus on moments of meaning, purpose, and genuine human connection, rather than the empty pursuit of status, we can shift our values. The most important takeaway is this: your depression and anxiety are not signs that you are weak, crazy, or fundamentally broken. They are not glitches in your biology. They are signals. They are telling you that your environment, your lifestyle, or your society is failing to provide the sustenance your human spirit requires. It is time to stop insulting these signals by dismissing them as mere malfunctions. When we listen to them, honor them, and respect them, we open the door to deeper, more liberating solutions. We need to focus less on the imbalances in our heads, and much more on the imbalances in the way we live. We have the power to fix these problems, but we must do it together, by changing our culture and our communities to better reflect our true human needs. Have a nice day.